Okay, in today's lesson, we'll be looking at the length of an arc. Length of an arc. So, what is an arc? An arc is the part of the circumference of a circle bounded by 2 points. It is a part of the circumference of a circle bounded by 2 points, right? So, if we look at this circle, this the distance round the circle is called the circumference, right? The distance round the circle is known as the circumference of the circle. So we are saying here that an arc is the part of the circumference of a circle bounded by 2 points. So this is a point in this circumference, and this is another point in this circumference, or in this circle, right? So this part, that you're seeing, that is bounded. So let me draw it out. This part that you're seeing like this, right, that is bounded by these 2 points, this is known as what? An arc. So this is an arc. This is another arc. So this part that is bounded by this point like this is another arc, right? So this is another arc. So we have two types of arc. We have a major arc and a minor arc. So the bigger one is the major arc. So this is the major arc, right? Major arc, ARC, and this smaller one is what? The minor arc. Minor arc. So again, an arc is a part of the circumference of a circle bounded by 2 points, and these are the 2 points, right? The part of the circumference of a circle bounded by what? By 2 points. And we have two major forms. We have major arc and minor arc. So the formula for the length of an arc is equal to theta over 360 times 2 pi r, where your theta is the angle subtended by the arc and r is the radius of the circle, right? So if we're looking for the length of the major arc, we would have to consider this angle, right? The bigger angle. And if we're looking for the length of this minor arc, we'll consider this what? Angle. So let's say here is theta 1 and here is what? Theta what? 2. So if we're looking for the length of this major arc, we would use theta 2. If we're looking for the length of this minor arc, we would use theta 1, right? So we'll look at this in some examples. So let's look at the first example that we have here. A circle has a radius of 7 centimeters. A circle has a radius of 7 centimeters. So our arrow is equal to what? 7 centimeters, right? Find the length of an arc that subtends an angle of 70 degrees at the center. So our theta is equal to what? 70 degrees. That is the angle subtended by the arc, right? So we are asked to find the length of an arc that subtends an angle of 70 degrees at the center. So the formula for length of an arc is equal to what? It is equal to theta over 360 times what? 2 pi r. That is what we have here. Theta over 360 times 2 pi r. That is the formula for length of an arc. So what is our theta? Our theta is what? 70 degrees. So this is equal to 70 divided by 360 times 2 times, what is the value of pi? Pi was given to be what? 22 all over 7. So times 22 over 7 times arrow. Our arrow is what? 7 centimeters. So times 7. So if we multiply this will be 70 times 2 times 22 times 7, right? So that will be equal to, if I bring out my calculator, I'll punch that 70 times 2 times 22 times 7. That will be equal to 21,560. So that will be 21,560 divided by 360 times 7. This is 22 over 7, right? 360 times 7. So if I bring out my calculator, I'll punch that 360 times 7 will give us what? Will give us 2,520. So 2,520. So 21,560 divided by 2,520, that will give us, so 21560 divided by 2520, that will be equal to what? That will be equal to 77 all over what? 9. So that will be equal to 77 all over 9. And this is equal to, when we convert to decimal, that will be equal to 8.556. So that will be 8.56 centimeters. So this is the length of the arc. Our L is equal to what? 8.56 centimeters. This is the length of the arc. So having done this, let's look at the next question that we have here. Calculate correct to three significant figures the length of an arc which subtends an angle of 70 degrees at the center of a circle of radius 4 centimeters. Take pi to be 22 all over 7. So we're asked to look for the length of what? An arc which subtends an angle of 70 degrees at the center of a circle of radius 4 centimeters. So we are given theta, which is the angle, to be what? 70 degrees. And then the radius to be what? 4 centimeters. 4 centimeters. So we are asked to look for the length of the arc. So length of an arc, the formula for length of an arc is equal to what? Theta over 360. Theta over 360 times what? 2 pi r, right? So our theta here is 70 degrees, right? So that will be equal to 70 divided by 360 times 2 times our pi is what? 22 all over 7. So 22 over 7 times our r is what? 4 centimeters. So times 4. So if I bring out my calculator, I'll just multiply all the numerators, right? So this will be 70 times 2 times 22 times 4. 70 times 2 times 22 times 4. That will be equal to 12,320. So that will be equal to 12,320 divided by 360 times 7. 360 times 7 would give us 2,520. So that would be 2520, right? So 12,320 divided by 2520, that will give us 12320 divided by 2520, that will be equal to 44 all over what? 9. So that is equal to 44 over 9. So if I should convert this to decimal, I'll press this key and that will give me 4.88888888 to infinity, right? So that will be 4.8888 and so on and so forth. So, but my question says calculate correct to three significant figures, right? So I will just have to count three figures starting from my left hand side. So this is 1, 2, 3. So I will end here. So this is 8, right? And the next number is still 8. So I will approximate this number and put it here. 8, if I round it off, I will round it off, to be what? 1. And then I'll add it to this 8 to make it 9. So that will be equal to 4.89 centimeters. So to three significant figures. So this is my answer. So this is the length of what? Of the arc. Right? So just a quick recap. An arc, like I said, is the part of the circumference of a circle bounded by 2 points, right? So this is a point in the circumference, this is a point in the circumference. That part of the circumference that is bounded by 2 points is known as what? An arc. And we have a major arc and a minor arc, right? The bigger one is the major arc, the smaller one is the minor arc. And the formula for length of an arc is theta over 360 times 2 pi r, where your theta is the angle subtended by the arc and your arrow is the radius of the circle, right? So with this, we come to the end of this video.